You need to see this.
Did you guys hear about the LonerBox drama, which has largely gone under the radar? So, first things first, for some context, LonerBox made a video in which he tried to like distance himself from Destiny now that all the stuff has come out. And in that video, he spends like 5 to 10 minutes actually talking about Destiny and denouncing Destiny. You know, the guy who did sex crimes against, like, as far as I know, at least 3 or 4 people who have come forward at this point. And the rest of the video is him complaining about how basically everyone who has been shitting on him lately for his the separate issue of him supporting genocide is somehow more to blame than Destiny for Destiny's sex crimes. I shit you not. It's like 50 minutes of complaining about me and Hassan, and then 10 minutes of saying, Destiny is okay. I won't associate with him anymore because what he did was so bad, but he's still okay. And, you know, you have to separate the art from the artist. I believe he literally said that. Mr. Cuckold, #1 cuckold, top #1 cuckold. So that is utterly hilarious, just in of itself. Like, there's sex crimes, and he tries to make, and he's like still so shook from being exposed as a genocide denier, as a genocide supporter, not just a denier. He's still so shook from that he somehow tried to make this situation where someone who is apparently his girlfriend was involved in being sex crime by Destiny. And his main concern is, how can I possibly turn this to, like, get back at the people who have been calling me out for the last few months for supporting genocide? He's so shaken by that, that's all he really thinks about. It's me, 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 me. It's insane. Now, apparently, from my secret sources, LonerBox was planning to move to the US and become like a direct Destiny employee. And this whole thing derailed that. So now he's there isolated with his shitty little stream. He put all of his eggs in the Destiny basket, and now it's gone. The poor guy, someone who could never stand up on his own merit. The first thing, like,
well, he was originally a Vouch orbiter. Well, like, so this is how I know LonerBox, right? So back in the day, this is like deep Mike from PA lore. It's like, why do these people hate Mike from PA? Well, back in the day, and I still have these on my YouTube channel, which I don't really post on, but I have as like a place. I just like, you know, a mod of mine used to post shit on there. But I do have the old debates I had with Destiny. I think most of them are on there, but maybe not all of them. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But basically what happened is I came into this like debate space thinking that there were people who actually believed in different positions, and they like to debate the positions they believed in and kind of do a marketplace of ideas, you know, test the best arguments from both sides and let people, you know, make their own conclusions and look at the evidence and things like that. So I came into that kind of expecting it to be that. And I had a debate with Destiny on Biden versus Bernie electability and, you know, prospects for the next administration. Like, should we go with Biden or should we go with Bernie? Like, who is a better person? If we could pick someone to win the primary, why should it be Bernie over Biden? And we had a debate. And at the end of the debate, not only did I trounce Destiny to the point where he said, this is a direct quote from Destiny, "Wow, talking with Mike makes me really want to learn more about electoral politics. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I apologize." I trounced him so thoroughly that he said that he wanted to learn more. Now, because I trounced him that hard, I went on Hassan's stream right after, and we were kind of chuckling about how Destiny doesn't know anything. And he was already kind of going nuclear against Hassan. The fact that I was also friends with Hassan, I guess he felt like an existential dread of being replaced. And so he's gone on the attack ever since. He tried to debate me like 5 more times and gave up. And you'll never, ever, 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 ever hear DGG, when they attack me, cite any of the 6 debates we had. It was like 20 hours of debates. You'll never hear them cite a single thing from any of those factual debates. Why do you think that is, chat? Why do you think that it is? 6 years later, he's still obsessed. We had multiple hours of debate. Why aren't they citing these things? Can we watch one of the debates? I'd rather, honestly. No. Well, we've done it before. It's very boring. And What, bro? I saw him literally screaming over not knowing a margin loan was a thing. I stopped watching it. Yeah, isn't that embarrassing? Like, isn't that crazy? Like, if you are a regular person and you open up a brokerage account, they tell you about margin loans. Your V debates were the literal fraud check that turned into a whimpering lolcow tiff pilled. Well, the thing is, like, my vouch debate is exactly the thing. Like, that's the one where I got pissed. I actually called him a fucking moron and said he doesn't know anything about politics. And I was like literally yelling at Vouch because he's a fucking idiot. He's legitimately a dumb piece of shit. And people are like, wow, you yelled at Vouch. And it's like, yeah, I would do it again. Go back and look at what I was saying there and see if anything I actually said was wrong. And this is one of the things that these debate perverts like to do. They like to do the thing where they understand that a lot of people aren't really listening. They're inside their own head thinking about their own shit. And they're just kind of like floating through life, half paying attention. But when somebody yells at you, it like jerks you out of whatever fucking daydream you were in and you have to pay attention. And a lot of our first impulses is like, oh, somebody's yelling. We need to calm them down. They're being unhinged. They're being irrational because only irrational people yell. You know, I call this like wasp pilled. Wasps are people who you could say whatever you want as long as you say it calmly. But if you say something loudly, well, then now you're a problem, right? Because it's not, it's outside of decorum. So their entire point is the strategy to get you to yell and go, are you having emotions? Caught you. We got you. We made you mad. But while not actually addressing the words that come out of people's mouths, right? Now, I come from a more Italian background, right? I come from an Italian-German background. Yelling was part of our normal conversations. People would be yelling and gesticulating all the time. We are used to it, okay? For me, yelling is just how you emphasize a point. So, Vouch unironically made Caleb Maupin look intelligent in a debate. I said, Caleb Maupin is really also a freak. And so the goal is to like have somebody else get emotional while they get to like make a smug face. And like legitimately with the Vouch debate, I could go back and watch it and like I won't disagree with a single point I was making. But people will be like, you don't even like at one point, the reason why I'm bringing all this up is because Destiny and Vouch and LonerBox are part of this like milieu of sex perverts. And they all have the same kind of orientation toward their audience, which is I'm going to use my audience members for sex. You know, like I'm going to, if people are a fan of me, I'm going to look for my fans that I find the most attractive and try to have sex with them. Like that's literally a process that they engage in. And I think that's weird. I think that's abusive. I think that's like problematic. I don't think you should do that to your fans. I'm not saying I would never ever date anybody who ever watched me ever. I mean, now it's never going to happen. But what I'm trying to say as a general rule, I don't consider that a general rule. I think it's possible that someone could meet you through your, community, and over time you have a relationship that develops. I'm not going to blanket say that that's impossible. However, doing what they do, which is seeking out 19-year-olds with mental illnesses to fuck and then throw to the wolves for content, is disgusting. Oh my God, Vouch is a sex pest too? What? He was the first one of them to be exposed as a sex pest. He was the first one. Oh, I think you're being sarcastic. Sorry. And so apparently they all like were attacking me behind the scenes, and I didn't know this because I wasn't a sex pest. So these people have been like dedicated to destroying me and Hassan because we're not sex pests. Like they only want people who are in their like, they have like a system of like abusing fans, and they don't like people that disapprove of it.
You know, while we're on the subject of Christian Divine, like when I talk to bro, okay, now that I got your attention, can we talk about Destiny dying? Like, can we talk about Destiny getting canceled? I know he don't pop off. I mean, I know he's kind of on here. I'm not sure. I've been avoiding making content about this on my YouTube channels because I don't want to attract Destiny's.
No. This is a mistake. This is a mistake. FD Signifier fans, mods, if any of you are here, tell him this is a mistake. He needs to make it on the YouTube video. He needs to blast this out. This needs to be the top result. I'm sorry. Like, yes, the fans are demotivated. His defenses are down. Shields are down. You need to go on the attack. If you know somebody who has beef with Destiny, tell them the shields are down. The line is faltering. Fire away. He's one shot. Int. This is the time to take the shots. Like, get in there. Int. Commit. Overcommit. Shields are fucking down.
What's left of his fan base, because his fan base is fucking ridiculous. But I got to get it off my chest. Like, I've never been so locked into judging character that I have the last couple of years as becoming a content creator. I had some L's. If you know, you know. I don't want to get into it. But every person I pointed at in the last 3-4 years on YouTube, on LeftTube of any capacity, and I was like, nah, it's been self-evident. And never has it been more satisfying than watching Steve Bunnell take the L. And what's frustrating, there's a couple things frustrating me about this. Number one is his former, I almost would feel better if everybody that rolled with Steve Bunnell, Nebraska Steve as I call him, when he was using the N-word on Twitter and had a whole debate about why white people should use the N-word, and was all in black people business around the manosphere, and said that protesters for BLM should be shot by rednecks or some shit, and had was having white supremacists after white supremacists on his channel to debate them and resurrecting their careers. Found out he was fucking both male and female white supremacists that he was bringing on his channel. I know I'm forgetting some shit. Shout out to Ryan Beard, who made the whole breakdown. But like, y'all stood through all of that. The Taliban, DGG or DGG, I can't remember. I don't really care. But y'all stood by him through all of that. And I'm not saying like this should be thrown in with the rest of the stuff. This is, Namash should be worse on a lot of levels. For those who don't know, he got caught and admitted to. He's all but admitted to. I'm pretty sure he's admitted. I don't know. I'm not paying that much attention. But it's understood to know that he leaked. I'm sorry, he didn't leak. He got hacked, or somebody got hacked. And through that hack, it was found out that he was sending sex and intimate images or videos of other people without their consent. Some of these images and videos allegedly were recorded without their consent. So he's recording people without their consent and then sending that stuff elsewhere. And it's like, it's just profound. It's just profound as I see many a large YouTuber who was cool with Destiny be like, oh man, now I gotta cut him off. Like, now motherfucker, now nigga, you gotta cut him off. Shout out to Abba from Abba and Preach. I actually emailed Abba. I'll put that out there because maybe me and him can have a conversation about this. You know, I'm willing to bury hatchets and maybe build off of this. But my man said the same thing I said about Destiny years ago in his video when he said that, because people's excuse toward me around Destiny would be, well, politics, da-da-da-da, and well, he does good work, da-da-da-da. And like, through some squint of a measure, you could look at some of the work that Destiny's done on occasion. It's essentially 5% of all his activity because he doesn't know anything else but what he does. You could say that, right? But I said from jump, I was just on Soy Pill's stream a couple weeks ago, and I said, I don't really care what Destiny does. I don't believe him. He's not, you know, and it is, if a good thing gets done, great. But I recognize that Destiny is doing these things for clout. He's not sincere about what he does. And to hear that come out of Abba's mouth years after Abba jokingly donated $10,000 to the Atlanta Police Department to throw shade at me in defense of his racist friend was wild. It's a wild thing. So in closure, cancel Christian Divine.
All I can say is, anyway, so getting back to LonerBox. Now, people have, you know, LonerBox is whining and complaining because I made fun of him for being a cuck bitch. And he's trying to use Pixie as a human shield for it. And let me just say this, like, I am doing everything I can to support Pixie, right? And Pixie personally thanked us in this stream for helping her raise money. I'm good with Pixie. I'm supporting all the victims. I don't care if they said I was a cuck loser fatso yesterday. If you're somebody who was abused by Destiny, you could have insulted me yesterday. If you need my help to go after a sex criminal, I'm here for you. Like, literally, I want to make this publicly known. If you're somebody who tried to insult me or shit on me, or, you know, you tried to ingratiate yourself with Destiny by insulting me, and you were a victim of Destiny, I don't care. I will be here for you. Like, like, you could say that I'm cringe yesterday. I don't give a shit. That stuff isn't as important as you getting help and justice. So I'm here for you. I am not one of those types of people who is a thin-skinned little bitch. You know, like, I can handle the fact that somebody did something wrong in the past. That you don't have to be a perfect victim. Because I've been a fan and I've been dealing with a similar situation for this platform. I don't know. You can go ahead and contact me. You believe people could change? This is what I know about change. It is times like this when change happens. People change. People look to leave the toxicity that they have tolerated in moments like this. And that's why I'm going to be the most forgiving. I have, as far as I'm concerned, there is an amnesty. If you were a Destiny fan or a Destiny supporter, or you were a Destiny orbiter or whatever, and you want to distance yourself and you want to leave that community and you want to leave it all behind, as far as I'm concerned, you have an amnesty. You can come now. You are free to leave and you will be welcomed with open arms here and in Hassan's community. Now, if you are like a big DGG warrior and you were insulting people and harassing people in the comments, you're on probation. All right. You're on a one strike policy. But as far as I'm concerned, now is the time for an amnesty and for people to be given an opportunity to re-examine all of the positions they took because they were part of that community. And if you were victimized by that community, I want to help you. Pixie thanked Hassan in his chat for covering the story. Hassan pulled up her chat log to read it. And the message before was talk about hate watching, and he did bring it up. Solidarity is not about being friends with someone. It's about helping someone who's being attacked. I don't have to be the friends with everybody. Here's the Claudia emote I promised. Let's go. Let's go. We'll be the first one. DSA Claudia. Let's go. That's sick. Anyway, so all in all, people like LonerBox. Like, LonerBox is doing less than the bare minimum for Pixie. And I'm free to say that because guess what, you motherfucker? You're talking about me and Hassan and crying about how destructive people are. Destructive of what? Destiny's career? You were perfectly willing to have a parade of young victims as long as you got to make $50,000 as his butler. You fucking pathetic loser. I mean, like, go work at McDonald's as an assistant manager and actually produce something of value for the world. A cheeseburger.
First started out sucking up to Vorsh. His stream had like nothing but Vorsh notification, like Vorsh sound effects when someone subscribed or something, for example. Then he moved on from sucking up to Vorsh to sucking up to Destiny, and he had like the future all planned out. He was going to become like Destiny's like sidekick, official sidekick, and then it was just ruined. Destiny just had to go and like do sex crimes. Damn it. Now, I also made a video on my second channel recently called like these YouTubers prey on their fans, and it was about Destiny.
Can I just pause for a second and talk about the meme, put the fries in the bag? Let me just say this. A person who works at McDonald's and puts a single French fry into a single container to provide sustenance for another human being does more than the entire political history of Destiny. Like, they do more positivity by sustaining life at McDonald's in the very first shift. The very first burger flip they do are more valuable for humanity than every single thing Destiny has done his entire career as a content creator. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that if you followed a fast food worker for a week, they're doing more positive than Destiny has done in his entire life. I mean, even before Destiny was a streamer, he was in gambling. He was worked at a casino. He's just attracted to being a disgusting parasite who hurts people and takes advantage of them. In before people are going to tell me that working and gambling is not a problem.
Before I learned about this part about him and how he always hits on his fans and tries to like seek out sex from them. You know, like when you're a loser, I guess, it's just easier to seek out sex from people who have preconceived notions of you from a previous parasocial relationship. So that's what they do. Guess who else does that? You want to guess who else does that? It's a Destiny Orbiter. I'm giving you a hint. Who do you think? Which Destiny Orbiter do you think does that also? Who do you think it might be? Would you believe it if I told you that it's LonerBox? And that the person who he did this with released a bunch of screenshots of their cyber sex. By the way, I find it insane, totally crazy and insane that these people have cyber sex just on Discord, and like not even just on Discord, but on their like the Discord account that they also have linked to their YouTube and everything. So this person posted these chat logs with LonerBox on Reddit and then deleted her account. Her name was Kosher Katie. Apparently a massive Zionist, and that's
okay. Yeah. Like, this is just like, what can you even say? What can you even say? So LonerBox apparently was in a relationship while doing this with a fan. That's why I'm covering this. Because LonerBox went on the attack against me and Hassan and Bad Empanada when we were standing up to Destiny's sex crimes. He tried to distract from Destiny's sex crimes by going after us and saying, they bullied me off the internet. Hassan and Mike and Bad Empanada bullied me off the internet. And it was like, what? And I did a single tweet saying, LonerBox the cuck, you know, blah, 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 blah. And now that I realize that the scale of the crimes that Destiny committed, I honestly regret the tweet because I feel like it wasn't empathetic enough for the victims. But he was helping cover it up by trying to distract, just like Ethan Klein is helping cover it up by trying to distract from Destiny. What do you guys think is a bigger story to be covering right now? Destiny is a sex criminal and abusing dozens of people, or Hassan is a socialist and he tricked Ethan Klein somehow? What do you guys think is the bigger story? Like, let's be honest. In the streaming space, what's a bigger story? One of the biggest streamers for the last 15 years is a sex criminal, or Hassan Piker is a socialist. Which one do you think is the bigger, more important story that we should all be paying attention to? Seriously. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, there's not even an ounce of relevance to anything Ethan said. Ethan said nothing of value. Hassan speaks live for 8 hours nearly every single day about his views. There's no secret. Go to his fucking stream once. Go to his stream one time and you'll realize, oh wow, he's skeptical of American imperialist power. He's anti-capitalist. He's a socialist. He believes in, international solidarity, the labor movement. He wants to, pass reforms that'll make American workers' lives better. Wow. Like, what a surprise. Terrifying. It's just like, even if you think that Hassan needs to be exposed or whatever, now is the timing for it. The same day that the Destiny nuke drops, the same day that a major video comes out from Mr. Beard, I want to, since all of you are here, I just want to make sure that you guys, none of you miss this video. The Destiny nuke. Contact nuke Destiny. Ethan nukes Hassan. He's publishing videos. Destiny is publishing videos on his YouTube channel. This guy is a fucking accused sex criminal, and Ethan Klein is helping. Like, they're literally trying to cover it up. I search Destiny nuke and look at these. Hutch published a video too. They're all trying to cover up the fact that Destiny, like, this is reality.
His friends.
You have a sex criminal abusing fans, committing crimes, making sexual comments about children, operating in this space, and they're trying to cover it up with the bombshell that Hassan is a leftist. That's insane. That's incredible. That's actually incredible. By the way, did Hutch actually make a video about Destiny? He didn't make a video about Destiny's situation. This is a guy you've collaborated with for years, Hutch, who you've said is intelligent, and you're not even going to make a video. You're going to make a video about Ethan Klein's video? That's actually, like, I think they're pathetic fucking losers. Like, I think Hutch is a pathetic fucking loser, but sweeping sex crimes under the rug is actually insane.
That's why she loved LonerBox so much. I'm going to...
Can we also point out the fact that Willie Mac Show has said he was going to make a Destiny video, but pulled it and hasn't made one since the whole SA announcement? What happened with Willie Mac Show's Destiny video?
Read this out intentionally in the hopes that people will meme me reading this, okay? Where will you come? In my fantasy, you fill my pussy with your cum and watch it drip. LonerBox is...
Oh my god. This is what LonerBox was sending to his impressionable fans. Okay, we're not gonna listen to him reading the sex. I'm sorry, chat. I don't want to get in trouble because it's too explicit.
Deleted her account saying, I guess I'll say it here because fuck it. He lied to me about having a girlfriend while we were talking online and sexting for a few months. He's also lying in his video about the relationship. He knowingly dated someone who had a previous sexual relationship with Destiny and they all worked together. The relationship was more serious than he's leading on, but that didn't stop him from using me a fan to masturbate to. Point is, he's a dishonest piece of shit and it sucks. Aha. So they had like a chat conversation about this. I just can't get I'd do that out of my head. So they had a chat last week. Apparently they had a call about this. And LonerBox, after the call, said to her, you started roboting. I don't know what that means. And she said, the fact that you were planning on moving in with her behind the scenes still makes me feel like shit. It's slimy as fuck what you did. And then he says, I should have been more open with you and can only try to do better than that moving forward. I mean, look, it's not illegal to seek out like sexual interactions from your audience, though it is extremely pathetic and weird. on both ends. Like, it's pathetic and weird to be the fan who seeks it out, who's open to it. It's pathetic and weird to be the creator who seeks it out because apparently you don't really have much faith in your own ability to like woo people who don't have a preconceived idea of you being awesome and special. Like, I don't want you to take this as me like saying that he's a sex criminal, because as I know as of yet, he's not technically a sex criminal. But he does text his fans and say, "What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing right now? What are you wearing?" He does do that. "You hold my hips tight." Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to imagine me like messaging Hackstock and being like, "What are you wearing right now?" Hackstock, what are you wearing right now?
Mm-hmm. I'd do that. Mm-hmm. I'd do that.
I do that. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'd do that. Mm-hmm.
Man, LonerBox really knows how to lay down the sexting. Oh, this is incredible stuff. By the way, this was like a couple months ago. Like, you know, if this was like 10 years ago or some really ancient shit, then I probably would cover it. But this was like 3 months ago. Oh, that's incredible.
I'd do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, like, there's a lot of fucking people who do this with their fans, man. And like, as I said, it's not a crime until it does become a crime, like what Destiny did. But it's fucking weird and creepy. There has to be so much more of this. I wish I had it. Where will you come? So yeah, I mean, put another one in there on the list of people who prey on their fans. But the fact that LonerBox has fans is insane, though it does not surprise me that the fan in question is like a genocidal Zionist. That's on brand. Like, I mean, it's pretty clear that LonerBox was like a full-on part of like the Destiny Orbiter like sex cult. He just, as we know, he hasn't gone as far as literally doing sex crimes yet. Mm-hmm. I'd do that. I just don't understand. Like, talking to people on Discord. Dude, no one who I know even has Discord. Like, it's like the equivalent of like the CEO of Coca-Cola sexting someone like in the DMs of the Coca-Cola Twitter account. It's so weird. The only reason I even have Discord is because like you're expected to have it if you're a YouTuber. You're expected to have a server. And like these people use it like to like hunt fans to sexually roleplay with. Like, there's just chat logs of Destiny on his main Discord account sexting people. There's chat logs of just LonerBox on his main Discord account sexting people. Every single time.
Well, you have to like remember who Destiny is. Destiny is a creepy 5'7" Cuban man who is emotionally unstable. Like, he's not rolling to the club. You know what I mean? Like, in order for him to get access to these young girls, of course he's going to use every trick in his book of abusing the power of his position as a trusted member of the community to get access to these young girls. That's all.
And there's one of these scandals. It's fucking Discord.
Tom Like a Tom says, you know what? Come to think of it, you've never even asked me once what I'm wearing, and I'm starting to feel like you don't even care. I do care what you're wearing. I want you to be fully clothed while watching this stream. The entire time. And I don't mean just sitting there wearing pajamas. I mean, get up like an adult, put on your fucking like attire for the day. You know, throw a load of dirty clothes in the laundry while you're up. And like, this is what I want you to do, chat. Everybody in the chat, I want you to do one work piece of maintenance or cleaning in your apartment or home today, minimum. And I want you to make that a new daily, before you go to bed at night or settle down to play video games or whatever you do to relax. I want you to do one piece of maintenance work or cleaning in your apartment or home. At least one. Maybe that means do your dishes. Maybe that means sweep the floor. Maybe that means change the sheets. Maybe that means throw a load of laundry in the washer or dryer. I want you to do at least one fucking thing every day. Minimum. Minimum. No days off. That's every day, multiple times a day. Yeah, that's called being neurotypical. You're already on point. I'm trying to help the people that are not neurotypical. If you're already like, I do like 5 things every day. Well, yeah, good. You're normal. Continue doing 5. All right, let's keep going.
Bored. Anyway, I wanted to cover that because it's very funny how
Nah, Chill says there are weeks where no dishes are done and there are days where the dishwasher is run 2 or perhaps 3 times. Okay, first of all, at no time should your dishwasher be full and running and you have additional dishes to do unless you just hosted a dinner party. Like you should be like cleaning your dishes like daily or maybe every other day if you live alone. And eating from the same plate over and over again is dangerous. And you're going to get food poisoning. You're going to get sick. Unless you do food. There are exceptions. If you're like highly organized doing meal prep or something, fine. But like, I'm talking about people just leaving shit to rot. Now, I'm not saying I don't do that from time to time. Do I use paper plates? I don't like using paper plates. Personally, I don't like using paper plates. I got 2 sets of dishes from Costco. That's what I do. Our 4-person household uses at least 2 dishwasher loads a day. Yeah, that sounds about right. If you have 3 kids, I'm 100% using paper plates to stay sane. Did Jordan Peterson possess you? No, these are just... Can I just say this about the left? There's 2 things about the left that really do bother me. And I'm going to get it off my chest. Number 1, the idea that living in filth is okay. Number 1, no, it's not. And number 2, the idea of like, oh, we need to bear witness to the oppressed. No. You need to be strong to overturn oppression. There's this like fetishization of victimhood, number 1. And number 2, there's this like self-justifying rotting as like being okay. Neither one of those things are smart. Neither one of those things are good. I'm not saying victims don't deserve support. That's a totally different sentence. I'm saying the fetishization of victimhood over collective strength. Collective strength is awesome. That's what you should be focusing on. Surely you mean online leftist. Yes, online leftist, of course. Will you stand up for those who don't have a dishwasher? Yes. You have a dishwasher. It's called your hand.
he tried to make Destiny's sexual assault, like the guy who he chose to work with for months and months, like he desperately tried to turn it into something that he could weaponize against those of us who have shown him to be a genocidal maniac, because he doesn't actually know how to refute us in the facts of him being a genocidal maniac. But it's even more funny. It's even more funny. I'd do that. I'd do that. I'd do that.
Yeah, we need to make this into a meme. We need to make this into a meme. Like, anytime you agree with somebody, you need to start being like, I do that. It was as a reply. I do that. Hold on. Here, I took a screenshot. I do that. I do that. I do that. god. The funniest part is like, yeah. Anytime you see LonerBox, go ahead and give that in the replies. Help him out. When the wife asks if I'm playing Civ 7 for 8 days straight on release, I do that. Oh, you know what game I'm making a 7 TV emote. I don't use 7 TV because they're fascist. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys didn't know this, but 7 TV is literally a fascist group. So I don't use them because they are. Unfortunately, it's true. If you're ever wondering, like, oh, why doesn't Mike use 7 TV? It's because they're fascist. The other guys are fine as far as I know, but like the entire reason 7 TV exists is because BTTV was like removing racist emotes and like saying they're against the terms of service, and like 7 TV's like, you can put all your racist emotes on ours. Racist. Yeah, I know.
I'd do that. I'd do that. Someone should make a song out of this. We need like someone who does dramatic reading YouTube videos to pick this up. I'd do that. Should I name this clip? I'd do that. I think I should. The thumbnail is just going to be this. I'd do that. That's going to be the thumbnail at least. Maybe the title won't.
I didn't even know he said that.
Be. Like the thumbnail is going to be that. Just that one message. I'd do that. What a great serious topic to cover on the Bad Empanada Serious Politics stream.
Oh man, I love Bad Empanada. Guys, if you're not already a subscriber to Bad Empanada, what's wrong with you? Like, I may not agree with every single one of his political takes, and we have our disagreements, but this is the thing about disagreeing with somebody. You can disagree with them and continue to support them